opposite of recipe of the week.
Right. So opposite. Are we still doing that this year?
I think.
Yeah,
Yes, we are.
Oh, how exciting.
Don't worry.
Prudence Sloane has decided to join us. She's going to be here each Tuesday. She's going to be teaching us different techniques in the kitchen, and today it's breading and pan frying.
No, actually, we're doing the protein.
We're doing the protein. Okay, I wanted to make sure, but I wanted to make sure that our viewers learn something. A lot of times we just have cooks in and they cook us something and we go, oh, that's amazing, and it tastes great.
And I thought the same thing, because I love it when the cooks come in and I pick up lots of little tips, but there are basic things. I always say, teach me like I'm in kindergarten. If your mom or grandma didn't teach you how to make a cutlet.
We're going to teach you like you're in kindergarten today, okay? Really, kindergarten.
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you know that, but I have a culinary arts degree.
Yes.
And I also had a cooking school for 8-9 years.
And that was out in...
That was in Hampton, and I graduated at the Institute of Culinary Education in New York City. So I thought, what do? I opened up a cooking school, and I tell you something, I learned so much. I learned the science of cooking, and that's what I'm going to be teaching. So today we're going to learn about protein, how protein works. Quick little lesson, right? Raw protein, they're little coils of protein, sort of like this. They're little coils of protein hanging around. Yeah, you got it. When you cook them, they denature, they open up, and they latch onto each other. The more that they're cooked, the more that they grab and tighten up and tighten up and tighten up, and it's like a washcloth squeezing out the moisture.
That's why chicken gets rubbery.
Yes!
I got it.
Bingo! Light bulb. Okay, protein. We're going to be doing omelets to teach you that. We're going to start off with a little bit of butter, and you don't have to use butter if you don't want to. You can use a canola oil. You can use a spray if you'd like. He's doing exactly what I want you to do. I want you to swirl this around. Coat the pan. Now, what's going to happen here? The problem is that people always overcook their omelets. I never order one in an American restaurant. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Because they're all overcooked?
They're overcooked. They're rubbery. Just what happened. They overcooked them. It tightens up the protein.
Okay.
Now, we're going to just take our eggs, and what we want to do with an omelet, this is a classic, what I call a country French omelet. We're going to, this is yours right here.
Yep.
And you're going to continue beating it. I've already beaten yours up really well.
How many eggs is in here?
This is only 2, and you're burning, honey.
Okay.
I'm going to turn you down. So we're going to keep beating this until there's no strands of white. I've already beaten yours really well.
No strands of white.
No strands of white. Okay. Put a little bit of salt and pepper in there. Make sure you use a Teflon type pan, a non-stick pan. Now, go ahead and pour it in.
All in, yeah.
All in. Take your fork, the one that you've just used right now, and we're going to make this what we call a large curd omelet as opposed to a classic French, which is a little bit difficult to do. You're going to just take the edge, look, pull this in, pull this in.
This part I have done before, I know this.
Yeah. But the main thing is that you want to make sure that it's still wet on top.
Okay.
Because if it's not wet on top, you're going to overcook your omelet. And you notice that I have it on a very low heat because a classic French omelet has no browning.
And again,
a country French omelet might have a little browning, but what you see when you go to a restaurant, they're brown. Those are overcooked rubbery eggs. Now, see this right now? That, to me, this is perfect. This is when you want to add any ingredients.
Is this secret a low flame, a high flame?
I'm going to take it out. You're going to do it on a low, medium flame.
Okay.
I'm going to turn this off for you. You want it wet because once you fold it over, it'll continue cooking. Now, you can put your toppings in here. Americans love a lot of toppings, right?
I do, yeah.
I know. The French just do a little bit. I've got some chives here. I'm going to go light. I've got some non-fat feta cheese. You know what that is?
This is tapenade olive?
Yeah, he likes that. That's going to be nice with the non-fat. He got it right.
Properly, should we be putting the toppings in the center?
You can go ahead and really put them anywhere you want because we're going to roll this. We're going to do this as a roll.
It's going to be like a crepe?
It's kind of like a crepe, yeah. You've got mushrooms. This is a tofu sausage. I know you guys like to eat healthy, so I've got like a very sort of non-fatty tofu type sausage. That's a feta.
And
that's beautiful.
I notice you're using gas. It's so much easier to cook with gas as opposed to electric.
I know. What do I want? I want this. I want some of this. I want a little something of everything. I don't like to do too many toppings. But truthfully, if we were doing this and we wanted it to really be moist and tender, we would have done this very quickly, but it still looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, from this end, go ahead and just roll this over.
Okay.
All right. Look at that. Rolls over very beautifully.
Oh, my God.
Right. If you put a lot of toppings in it, so yours is a little bit brown. Remember I turned your heat down? Yeah. But this is the way that you want it. Yours is looking good. Now, to get it out of the pan, go like this. Grab your pan. You're doing good. Grab your pan this way.
Okay.
Underneath. Nope, the other way. She's got it. That's right. Take your plate. Now you're going to just roll this over onto your plate. And there. Can they do it? They did it. Beautiful. Nice. So now go ahead and take a clean fork and break into it and and see how tender
I
that
want to
is.
put a little bit of this on top.
Yes, and in fact,
Not make it pretty.
very
like that.
pretty. In fact, if you want it really moist, if you're afraid that you might have dried it out, go ahead and make a slit in the top of the omelet here and put in some sour cream inside. You see how lightly I cook that? So that's what happens with protein.
It's delicious.
So now you understand how that works, right?
Next week, we're going to learn how to pour crisp into a bowl. Okay? Thank you. That's awesome. Did a great job. I learned to make